can protect himself in different real-life street extreme situations. So, Mr. Rister, please look on the case on the street. For example, the attacker has a knife and you have a gun. So, what you can do in this situation?
Okay, so in this case, let me use these two guys. So what happened here? If you're gonna have that, he's gonna draw. So he's gonna have it in his pocket, in his holster. Okay, if he has a knife, okay, and he has a weapon, the guy with the knife has the advantage at close quarter. So he can often beat him and attack and stab him before he can draw. So if you go ahead and demonstrate, he will kind of. Okay. So what I need to do, if I have let me take Cody, please. If I have the weapon, it's in my pocket. This is not even comfortable. It's in my pocket. When he goes to stab, I have to take care of the weapon first and then draw. Can you see?
Yes.
I can't try to draw and take my weapon out at the same time because he's going to punch me, and now we're probably fighting here. See? So I certainly don't want to try to draw my weapon. No, because he's going to cut me first. And you know, a lot of people involved in law enforcement. They have what they call the reaction gap. They say it's 21 feet, or they say now it's 7 feet, or whatever it is. I don't necessarily go by that because you never have that opportunity. It's almost always too close. So what we say, the way we train is, if he pulls a knife and he tries to thrust me, I will deal with the knife first and draw my weapon second. So anytime he has a knife, if I have a weapon and it's not already drawn, I have to deal with it with my hands first. So I might even disarm and then draw my weapon. You see, I'm not going to try, Tony. See, Tony is a professional. He carries a gun in his job. If he has this in his holster and Israel has a knife, if they're this close, Tony, can you get it out? Take a step back and get it out. He's not going to be able to get his weapon out. He knows that already. That's why he trains with me too. See? So we always say if he draws a knife, I will deal with the knife first. Then I'll draw my weapon. Or in the case that he's really close, sometimes I turn, and now I draw my weapon here. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do anything right here. And I'm not going to do this one either. I'm not going to fall down because there might be more than one combatant. And I can't control that at that time. And so I really want to take care of the knife, and now if I have my concealed weapon, the second thing they can do, because see, in Texas is open carry state, so he can legally carry his gun like that everywhere he goes, except he can't go in a bar or the courthouse, you know. Okay, but he can carry that like that anywhere he goes. He wants for a rifle too. Okay, but we also have what we call concealed carry, which means it can be inside or it can be underneath. So now I have to get this up and out. So really, if there's a knife here, I don't have time to do any of that stuff. I don't want to grab it because now I can't access my weapon. So we always say deal with the knife first and then the man, okay? And or I may just go ahead and disarm it. Punch him, punch him, punch him, then shoot Tony and him.
Mr. Rister, please look on the another one case. For example, you have the attack from the back side with a knife. So what you gonna do in this situation?
Okay, so let's suppose he has a knife in my back, you're saying?
Да. Yes.
First, I'll take mine out, okay? And my gun. And my other knife, too, okay? So if he has a knife in my back, I really have to turn. I want to create this line. So if I turn and create this line, I can take the knife away. So that's if he puts it right in my back. So as I turn, my elbow will make contact. I can control him now here. See, I can control him and break his wrist and take the knife out. This is a very typical technique from Filipino martial arts. We go like this, and that would be the same if it's a gun, the same kind of technique. But the number one thing I'm doing here is I see my body rotate. Can we do it from the other side? See, can you see the knife? Can you get a bigger knife? So I want you to be able to see that really the longest metal one. Okay, so this is here. I turn my body. So I don't want to try to elbow him. I want to rotate my body. See how I can strike already? See the way I control the hand? So I have good control over him. I can break his wrist. I can take the weapon. So if Tony does it, it'll be worse. See, so if Tony has behind me, when I turn here, you see the strike? That's already a throw. I cut his neck, but you can't can you see that. So I told Tony, but Izzy's a little, he's 60s. So when I go like that, I really just use my body, see the control here. This can strike, this can strike. See, this is a break. See, that's taken down like that. But I really will break it, and then he'll fall or not fall, I don't care.
Let's imagine a situation that the opponent has a gun and you have a knife. What you're going to do in this situation?
So, yeah, that's pretty simple. Now, let's suppose that the knife would be a fighting knife, okay? So if it's a fighting knife, it's different than if it's like a pocket knife. So this is a fighting knife. But I'm going to use in place of it this, because it's about the same, so I don't kill Tony. But I can use it, right? So if Tony is here and he has a gun, okay, let's just say we're arguing and he has a gun, and he goes to put his hand there, I'll just stab him right in the airway. So you see what I want to do? I'm just going to trap his hand. So right here, I can easily trap his hand and stab it. See it? You will not get it out. Okay, once I stab him, I move to the side. Then I can cut him, and then I can pull his weapon myself. So we could say there are 4 or 5 ways that could happen. Okay, but number one, if I see him reach for it, I'm just going to go in. That's going to slide down and put pressure in that moves him. Now, I'll do this real slow. As I turn my body, see, I have control here. I'm standing on his foot. I put the knife in his rib as I pull his hand away. Then I grab his weapon. Then I shoot his friends. Okay, this is one way. The other way is, say he grabs it and he starts to take it out. I automatically will engage his weapon. Here. Then take it. See? So that's really I like to do. If he crushes, I could cut him too. But if I cut him here, he can still shoot me if he's not incapacitated. So what I want to do is trap it. See, I trap the weapon. Even though he's got it out, look where my hand is. See, my knife is in the sensitive area. As I bring it up, I can hook And now I have the weapon. Okay, so this is kind of the way I think for myself. As soon as he moves forward, see, I want to go for him. See, and this will push him away. See that? See, I'm pulling the knife. Then I have the pistol. Then I move back. I don't know if you can see all that in the camera. But that's what I mainly want to do is if he goes, I want to attack him. See? So I'm going to attack him. And of course, that all depends on where he carries the weapon. Because we have what we call appendix carry. And then you have, some people carry it in the back. And this is very common here because it's open carry state. He can carry his weapon like a cowboy. But a lot of them, they will carry it here, especially a black guy. He'll keep it right there. See that? So when he goes to draw the gun, see, I just trap it, see? Now watch from here. 1, 2, 3.
The opponent has a gun and he is aimed on you and he is in 3 meters from you. What you are going to do?
So I'll try to get about this distance.
Yes.
That's about as much as I can get. Number one thing, I have to get my body offline. So I'm going to turn and engage this weapon. See the pull here? I can do that. And some people will say to go low underneath and strike. But for me, I don't want to do this much. As soon as I see the weapon, I'm going to move to the side. This is his hand. I will hit his hand. See, I can pull the weapon out anytime I want at that point. So I don't want to kind of just kamikaze this. See? And I don't want to charge at him and try to stab him because he can shoot me. So really, I need to make a position that he can't really turn now to face me because my blade is in the way of his turn. So when he goes to turn, he has to disengage. That's when I follow up and stab him. Take the gun out myself. So in this case, it's really bad news for me. If he already has it out, if I'm this far away, I don't like it. But if he hasn't already shot me, I have a chance to what? To engage the weapon. See? Insertion. 1, 2, and I have it. See? So really that's what I really like to do. And it doesn't matter, I could go to the outside or the inside. See, if I go to the outside, see, I cut the trigger finger. Okay? And then I pull the wrist. And that will usually take it out. Because, see, Americans are trained to always have their finger here. They don't put it on the trigger. If he's trained, he won't put it on the trigger. He won't put it on the trigger until he intends to shoot. So see where my knife is? It's in my pocket. But when he pulls his gun out, if his finger's on the trigger, I already know I have it. Then I just tap it like that, and that's mine. Now, on the other hand, most people who want to shoot you, as soon as the weapon reaches that stage, they will already shoot. See, he already shot me. So when I go like this, you cock it again. When he goes like this, I pull my knife. See, I'm here when that gun went off. He will try to back up. That's why I'm going to close the distance. See, that's where my knife is effective, right? So as I close the distance, I pull away his hand. And then I cut. And I have the weapon ready to shot him.
Let's imagine such a situation when the opponent attacking you from the back side and he has a knife on your neck. What you are going to do in this situation?
So let's just say he's over here.
Yes.
Can you hold that? So really, the first thing I don't want to do, I don't really want to pull on the knife because he's going to cut me. So what I do is I hold the knife to my body real tight as I can to my own body. I turn my shoulder up and I step back. Then I stab him here, right here, like this. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is really the typical. A lot of time when I do this here, see, it's my elbow, and my foot, you can't see, but I'll kick him in the shin. But as I hold this, right, I lift this shoulder up. Then I can escape this armpit.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is a really simple way to do it. Because really, if I try to resist this, he's going to cut my throat. I already know that. It's too dangerous. So I really pull it tight to me and twist into here. Okay, another thing I see people do a lot, but I don't care for it, is they put that one hand here and one hand here and turn the other direction. For me, I don't really care for that because I don't want to get killed. So, but here it's really easy. Even one hand. See my shoulder? Up, in. It's really based on how I move my body more than it is really any technique with a knife.
So, Mr. Rister, please look on the another one case. For example, the attacker has a knife and a gun, and you don't know what he is going to use. But you have nothing, but of course you can take something on the street, like a stick or stone or something like this. So what you're going to do in this case?
Well, let's just say, for instance, right here there's nothing close by, but if I'm here, the number one thing, I strike him and I go right to his weapon. See, I just take his weapon away. So if he has a gun and a knife, but they're in his pocket or in the holster, I really will attack to his side here. See the strike is the airway. See the elbow that's in the stomach, and then I trap the weapon and take it out on his side. Okay, or because of the configuration of his carry, let's just say he's arguing with me. As soon as he reaches, I take the knife first and then the gun second. Okay? If I have some object, anything I can use, let's just say that for instance, I don't have it, so I take off my shoe. My shoe. I could use it to smack him and use it like this. At this moment, I want to control his hand. See the groin strike, the face strike. I draw the knife, stab him here. The same option, I might use the shoe on here to here, body him, and take his weapon here. For me, I always wear my shoes loose so I can just take them on and put them on. So, for instance, I could just go like that. Sorry. You see, for a distraction, you see, I can simply take my shoe and just hit him in the genitals. Then I can enter. This allows me entry to his body, see? So I can take his weapon anytime I want. I can spin him around and strike him and take his second weapon. So it's really about controlling my body and his body. It's the most important thing. And so if I had anything I could pick up, of course, I could use that. I could use my cell phone. I could just throw it in his face. Or I could use the edge of it like a knife and take the gun, shot him, okay? So anything like that, usually I use some form of distraction so I can take it, his weapons away. So my saying is this: if there's a gun, whether you have it or I have it, I have it. If If there's a knife, whether you have it or it's mine. Whatever weapons, they belong to me. So I really always have a weapon, as long as you got one.
The attacker has absolute advantage. He has a gun in one his hand, he has a knife in the other. You have bare hands, and you don't know what he is going to use. But of course you can take some stone from the street or some stick. What you are going to do?
Yeah, this is funny because so for instance that I'm in the street, I'm walking, and can you make a sound for me, Joe, with just cocking and shooting? So say he makes a sound, bang, right? So I turn, and I don't know what's going on, right? So the first thing I take away the weapon. The first thing I do, okay? I just want to. As soon as I hear the noise, I turn and face. I will take the weapon. I don't know who he is, if he's a cop or a robber, but he's not going to point the gun at me. That's for sure. If I wait too long, then I have a problem. If he has a knife out as well, so let's just say. So I hear this noise. I turn. I want to make contact if he's close enough. If I twist, I can go here. If he hits me with a knife, see, I can strike him. I still don't even have to shoot yet. Okay, so it really depends on which weapon he has that's closer to me, which one I attack first. But if I hear the noise and I'm startled, bang, I will just take the weapon right away. Just snatch it. Okay, that's first. Then I attack here. Then I take this weapon. So how I follow up with that, I don't know yet. So that's kind of the best I can think of for that scenario.
You're going by street and suddenly you hear the shot. You are turned on and you see that the opponent has a gun and he has a knife. What you are going to do in this situation? You don't know what is going on.
Okay, in the sky, I'm going to look for cover. So can I find a car engine to hide behind or a brick wall, and then I'll figure out what happens after that, because at that distance, I have no business engaging that opponent, because I don't really know who he is, right? He could be a cop. So I'm probably going to look and gain cover, and then if I can evaluate my escape.
Let's imagine another one case. The opponent has a knife and he is attacking you from the corner. What you are going to do?
Okay. So okay, let's just say he's here, and right here's a wall, right?
Okay.
And I'm walking, and then he steps out with a knife. All right, I'm gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I see the knife, I look and I take that away and butter his bread. You see, because I don't want to put my hands out and try to engage the knife. That's going to cut me. So, but if it's too close, I might have to use this hand. See, if it's too close, I can wrench the arm. Or in the case it's so close that I can't turn, then I drop my elbow. You see it? I don't block down. I drop my elbow because that's going to allow me to take the knife. See the arm break? Now I control him. See? So I snap his neck. So in the case where it's by surprise and I just put my hand here. See, that's already a disarm. See, that's already a clothesline. You see it? This is already a strike to the airway. That's a second strike to the airway. Then I drop his head on my knee. I put his head there just to make sure he doesn't pick it up. But if I have any time, see, I will make the turn. You see where I can turn that way, I can get the knife. Okay? If I can't turn, see how I drop my arm? But you can see that there's a lever here that I can pull the knife away from him. At the same time, I have control of his arm. This will hurt him really bad when I pinch this nerve and twist his body. See the clothesline here? And this hand, the thumb, strikes the airway, and then this thumb strikes the airway. Then I control here and pull him to the ground. So this way, I try to do that. Create space if possible.
You're going by street and the attacker is attacking you from the corner with a gun. What you're going to do in this situation?
Yeah, so when it's this close, right, I have to step. This is already going to go off. That's going to burn my head. I already know that. Or when I step out, I may step back behind the corner and grab it. So in some cases, if I see him and I can step back, go ahead and just stick it here. If he's got it here, he's stupid anyway. So if I see it out of the corner of my eye, I can step back, see the inside, see where I grab the thing. I'm going to pull it to my body, twist, and try him first. Okay? If I already walk past right here, then I get this way. You see? So that's why I really do, because I have to decide, do I want to go this direction or this direction? But I can't stay here, because that's going to blow the back of my head off. Even if he doesn't, the bullet misses, it's going to be pretty painful, and I won't be able to hear. So I really would usually either step back, pull it in, twist, or I step forward and twist and take it out like that. But I don't want to really knock it to the side too much, because it might discharge when I hit his hand. So as little contact with the weapon as possible before I want it to go off. See? And if he's already pushing it up against my hand, see, if I turn, this is going to be really, really loud. Really, really. Sure, your shotguns, if it's close by, it hurts. I had someone shoot a pistol like this far from my head right here, and that was a bummer.
Let's imagine a situation. You're going by street and suddenly you have the attack. And the attacker has a gun. He wants to rob you. And you understand that behind you have another one opponent that has a knife. What you are going to do?
Okay, so let's just say, so the one behind me has a knife, and one in front has a gun.
Yes.
He's in front, he has the gun.
Yes.
And he's in back, he has the knife. This is pretty easy, because what I do here, I'm going to turn and punch him and shoot him with a gun. That's what I do. I probably shoot him with his gun. The second thing I can do is move here, see. I have control of this guy, switch him. I have control of this guy. I go like this. But probably, honestly, I might poop a little bit first.
So please look on the situation when you have some distance from both of them. For example, it's 3 meters from the guy that is in front of you and from another one, also 3 meters, something like this.
Well, probably I would give them the money. Okay? But let's just say this is a situation where I don't believe they want to take only the money. They're going to kill me anyway. So let's just say if I have to act, I will have to go first for the man with the gun. Because the man with the knife has to touch me. The guy with the gun, if I turn this guy, he will shoot me. Maybe him too, I don't know. But when he's here and he's here, I step 45 degrees and turn. Make the position here. Shoot the guy with the knife first, and then shoot the guy with the gun. Can you see us over here? Yes. So when we're here, if I have to, see, I go this way. Okay? I take this hand, strike, pull, and shot that guy.
Okay.
Okay? But you're talking about a pretty difficult situation. I may just take my money out and go to this guy here is my wallet, and when he reaches it, then I could use that. Okay, but really it's difficult because the distance is not my friend in this case. Because if I don't have anything and they both are armed, but definitely, you know, I have to create the angle and get towards the person with a gun. In my opinion, I'll go there first.
The same case, but now the opponent in front of you, he has a knife, and the opponent behind you, he has a gun. What you are going to do in such case?
So in this case, here I go, okay, I'm going to say, okay. So here, what I want to do is I'm going to turn to face the guy like this. So I want to see him. Now I can go, oh, okay, you want my money? Don't stand here, don't go. Okay, so I take my wallet and I go here. Now you take it. Then I take here. Right, wait, no! See, put them together. See, probably the situation I would use because again, see, even if I successfully disarm him, I got shot. Okay, even if I successfully engage this, see, I might get this, but I'll find it. See, so I want to distract him. Here's my wallet. Then I turn here, push. I have the position here. See, give my wallet back, and then I shot him anyway.